What's up, everybody? We are live today. The dawn of a new Madden. Madden 19 is out, everybody. And it's time to get underway here in the brand new Madden season. How's everyone doing? My name is MrHurriicane, and we are set to begin a little experimental, shortened live stream series to begin the Madden 19 year. We have a little fantasy draft franchise about to get underway. I have not drafted yet. We're about to do that here in just a couple minutes. Welcome everyone to the stream. Good to see all of you here. Over 100 of you were in the chat before we went live here officially. Let me make sure everything is good to go. I think I was a little bit early. I was definitely not late, that's for sure. I'm not that kind of guy. Hey Kane, thank you for all the content you do. I'm gonna love this. I hope you do, Robert. Thank you very much for being a part of the live stream today. Is this gonna be a long series? I wouldn't intend on it being a long series. This is gonna be in the same vein that my Bills franchise was last year. You might be sitting there like, what Bills franchise? Exactly, the one I streamed like 4 times and never ever completed the season because I just wasn't having much fun. Madden 18 was by far a buggier Madden, especially at start. Remember last year we had the pancake glitch where on half the runs you'd call, you'd just pancake every defensive front 7 member in sight and you'd have an easy touchdown. That's not an issue any longer. I'm not sure if what all issues have been taken care of, but I hope that we can at least do a season in here. Even if I sim some games. If I can knock out I spend most of his first week streaming. We knock out 4, 5, 6 streams and get through a season. That's pretty cool. I'm just trying to get used to the game is all, and this is a fun way to do it with all of you. Especially because I don't have to edit any of this, no post-commentary. I can just run through more games, get my reps in, and we can get on with the real stuff. My real franchise coming on Madden 19. And I know most of you want to know who that team is going to be, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you right now. I don't know who it is. I have not finalized the decision. I know I talked about there being 2 teams, but there are up to 6 teams right now in my head that I've debated because there are a lot of really good fits. I'm going to make a video this week talking about kind of the top 5 franchise teams, and I'm going to pick a team that fits a lot of different scenarios, whether it be a full-on rebuild, whether it be growing their team into something great, whether it be continuing greatness or getting back to greatness. There are so many franchise templates this year. It's a good year if you want to use a team beyond your favorite one. How's the music, everybody? Is that at a pretty good level right now? I was doing all sorts of tests today. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to make sure I get here early. Like 2 hours ago, I was like working on stream stuff and I got my delays like perfect. They were so on the money. Come back here a couple hours later, pretty much had to redo everything. I can't stand that. That kind of stuff makes me absolutely despise technology because simple things are made more complex. Batmac Gaming, thank you for the super chat. Choose Bucks. Yeah, they're on the table. They're a fun roster. You all know I love that roster after hyping them up a year ago, making you think the Buccaneers were going to be all that. I predicted them to win the NFC South. We see how that went. Can't hear the music. Really? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I'm not sure that could be possible. Can't really hear music. Maybe I have to make it louder. I thought you could hear it really well. I guess because I can control my own audio. You guys don't hear that. So, let me jump into fantasy drafts here. Just getting started here. I'm letting the stream fill up a little bit. Gotta wait a few minutes for everyone to get here. I wish on this menu, YouTube, if you're listening to me, please, at the live broadcast, the live control room, please give us a view count so I don't have to go to an actual watch page, because that requires me to load a watch page. 863. Perfect. Now it's too loud. Fantastic. I love this. All right, I got it quieter again. A little bit quieter. I have injuries turned off so that no one gets hurt during the preseason. I have pre-existing injuries turned off as well so that we don't draft somebody who has like a broken ankle or something like that. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. That's right, Derek. People forget that. I'm not streaming off the PS4. No, I'm streaming off my PC. Titans jerseys best in the NFL. I can't agree with you there, but I will say I like them. Music is fine. Hopefully we're good now. Do you like the Cousins signing? Yes and no. Like, if I were put in that situation, I probably would have signed Kirk Cousins as well. If you weren't going to keep around Teddy or Bradford. Like, I'll take Cousins over Keenum because we've seen this often, but maybe not as much in recent years. We see a quarterback who really hasn't ever done anything finally do something, or maybe he plays in the case of injury, whether it be a Matt Flynn who was in for just the week 17 because Aaron Rodgers didn't have to play, whether it be Kevin Kolb in Philadelphia. You know, the list really goes on with those players. And I think Case Keenum could be the next in that list because let's compare his years with the Rams and other teams, the Texans, with what he did with the Vikings. There's no comparison. So how can you assume that you're going to be able to replicate what happened with the Vikings just because it's the most recent? That's why it's called recency bias. I like Keenum. I thought he was really good last year for the most part. But I'll take at least the consistent level of play we've seen with Cousins over that. All right, everybody. I think we are about to start the fantasy draft. Thank you all for remaining patient here as everything fills up. Oh, Le'Veon Bell's off the board. Let me pause here. I'm not going to be under no kind of timer. All right. Not everybody can be Nick Foles. That's right. But notice how Foles was at his best when he went back to the original destination. So I'm picking 17th overall. Oh, I got the choice of Aaron Rodgers, Von Miller, Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, Julio Jones, Harrison Smith. I could take a nose tackle right now. What are we feeling here, everybody? I just want to see who's already taken if it lets me. And they most certainly do not let me. Aaron Rodgers. Lots of Rodgers there. Von Miller, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. Most of you want to see Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to give you... Rodgers or the guy he throws it to. I'm seeing a lot of AB and a lot of Rodgers. Oh, this is tough. Antonio Brown. Come on, I'm a Viking fan. Of course, I gotta go Antonio Brown in that spot. Wait, you reached? They give you draft analysis in this now? Man, AB looks awesome in that uniform. Pittsburgh, trade him. I want that to be the new reality. Look how good he looks in the Titan uni, guys. That's cool. Who we got now in the second round? Is this not a snake? Oh, we're right in the dead center, so I don't think that... Yeah, we picked 16 and 17, so it really doesn't... We don't get any back-to-back picks or anything. What quarterbacks are available after the first, 40 selections? Oh, man. Cam Newton is our selection here, our second player that we're going to take. I don't know why they're even saying reach at this point. Cam and AB. That's how we start it. Got a super chat here from King J. Can you do a Lions franchise? I don't think I'll be using the Lions this year. Thank you for the super chat. 27 Super Yankees. One thing that's great I mentioned in the comments is that I love you, or that I love that you can sub a safety for linebacker. P.S. Use the Giants at least as your fantasy team. I'm already the Titans. The Giants, though, they're a team I've thought about. I'll try to read things clearly next time. Thomas, thank you for the super chat. 2018 franchise is the Pats. I'm calling it. That's why Kane gets all the favorite players. They can't take my my picks then, that's for sure. All right, so I got to go defense with my next selection for sure. A lot of you wanted to see Lamar Jackson, but you know what? I got to take Cam in that spot. Next up, we're going to go and get some defensive line help in Ndamukong Suh. One thing that's great is that I love you. Yeah. Oh, man. All right. Who do I want to take next? We can go and pair up AB with AJ. Probably not going to do that. I might go offensive line now. We got safeties here. Sean Lee, an off-ball linebacker. I'm going to take Calais Campbell here. We're going to go D-line. I get myself an edge and an interior. I feel pretty good about that start. Ken Crawley's off the board. He's an 82 overall corner. What am I left with? Oh. Not bad. I like the size font here on DRC's name. We got some old vets out here. I guess I need to take one now. Let's go Aqib Talib. Man to man. So the plan for today is that I want to get this draft in at least one game played. We'll see how we do on time. Alright, with our next selection, I might need to go offensive line. Hard to do better than Brandon Brooks right now, so we'll do that. I have no idea what the tendencies are for the CPU drafting, so I'm probably going to get into some bad situations here. That's fine. Looks like receivers are going fairly quickly. Ooh, Larry Fitz. I like me some Larry Fitzgerald. Gotta go with the former Minnesota Viking ball boy, Larry Fitzgerald. One of my favorite players who has never been a Viking and probably never will be. Lamar Jackson just went to Seattle, by the way. Let's see, what have I not addressed quite yet? I haven't gone with a safety yet, but it's not like a super high priority either. Let's bring Joe Hayden back to prominence on this team. Oh, a lot of you want Saquon. That's a good point. Saquon Barkley in the backfield. I don't know if he's out there, but he could be. He should be, and he maybe is young, so they took him. I think he's an 81. Oh, he's definitely gone. Some good backs out there, though. We're going Dalvin Cook right here. Dalvin Cook to the Titans. I would have loved to take Barkley right there. That would have been a great pick, but he just went way too early. Got a super chat here. We got Hops MT. What do you think about using the Broncos for your franchise? You know, I looked at that stuff too. I I thought that overall they're just maybe a little bit too talented for a team that I typically start out with. I compare it a lot to my franchise I did with the Panthers, with the pretty good defense they already had, plus a little bit of structure on offense. They're not a bad team to use. Like, there's so many good teams, depending on what kind of thing that you want. Another super chat here from Privilege. Miles Jack wasn't down. That's absolutely correct. Ryan, thank you for the super chat. Bears fan here. Think we can split with your Vikings this year? Yeah. The Vikings always have some trouble at Soldier Field, so if they lost there this year, it wouldn't shock me. I definitely want to see the Vikings beat the Lions this year at home because they're 0-2 against them at US Bank, and that can't continue, and I don't think it will. So I need another offensive lineman. I'm guessing the tackles go pretty quickly here. But what's great is I'm not trying to do a long-term franchise, so I can just go out here and take veterans and not care if they retire. Jason Peters. I don't have any linebackers. That's a good point. What's up, Kobe? Thank you for the super chat. Do you think the new upgrading system will make it easier to upgrade those ratings that seemed impossible to upgrade, like coverage and block ratings? Absolutely. I definitely think that's going to be the case this year. I haven't really done enough testing to show like how fast you can do all this. But when you're getting your training results done, and when a player fits the scheme and they're hitting their goals, they're definitely able to earn skill points rather quickly. Especially when they're young. We're going to go and take Eric Kendricks here for our middle linebacker spot. That's a pretty thin area. Sean Lee is still out there. I wouldn't mind a little Sean Lee out here. Just got to make sure I have a good backup for him because I think his injury rating is one of the lowest in the game. Cam Wake is still out there too. How can I not take Cameron Wake? From Quan, when will your first sliders be out? It's hard to tell. Every year is a little bit different how long it's going to take for my franchise to get ready and for sliders to be set. You know, this week with it being new, I'll probably do a lot of testing, a lot of stuff in here. And then by next week, after a lot of the smarter slider players, people who handle that stuff, they get their hands on it to figure out where things need to go. That's when I'm going to start to look at it. So maybe after the weekend when everyone gets a good chance to get a chunk of games in. What's Jimmy Graham's? Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm like, oh, square is different. I haven't hit that button. It's the draft button. I wanted to see his speed. And you know what? That's passable. John Ross. A lot of you want to see Ross. I guess we got to throw it deep to somebody with Cam Newton, right? Ted Ginn? Martavis Bryant. That'd be a fun one. I think that John Ross is not the player we need right now. And what's his rating? Isn't it like a major scrolling situation here? I mean, he didn't really play last year. Hardly. DJ Chark is 94. He's a flyer. Maybe he went. All right, so let me take a look at some of this stuff here. I got 2 ends, a tackle, 1 off-ball linebacker, 2 corners, no safeties yet. So, where can I get the best impact? How about we go with Demarius Randall? I missed him. I went past John Ross. He's a 76? Okay, I must have overlooked him. But I don't expect him to go quite yet. I have 2 offensive linemen. Let's go TJ Lang. Really good across the board. Mid-60s, you guys said. Number 40. I can't address that right now. It's a bit premature. Mitchell Schwartz. I got to get a right tackle before it's too late. Let's take Schwartz right here. I'm not sure where they're getting these true talent numbers. Those do not seem right. Like when I took AB and he was like 47th. Got to get some linebacker help. Does anyone know Shaquem Griffin's overall rating and position? Where do they have him listed? He could be off the board. Wouldn't be shocked. I gotta get some help here, though. We can take Deon Buchanan here if we want the speed. Right outside, 71. 72. Could he be gone? $72 right outside. There's a good chance he's off the board then. What happened to Malik Jefferson? I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention during the draft process. But I remember like preseason, Jefferson had all this hype and then it kind of fizzled out. We're going to take Thomas Davis here. Oh, left outside. A lot of people said right. Not seeing it. I wish I could put players on like a watch list or something, but I'm not sure if that'd really help me out. I wouldn't forget about them, I know that. At receiver, it's still very deep, so I'm not gonna look to get John Ross right now. Plenty of running backs out there too. Need a backup quarterback at some point. On defense, could still use a safety. Can probably wait if we're down to this caliber. Stop changing my needs thing here. Should have drafted Amari Cooper. I'm not sure he would have signed. He would have just retired on the spot, I'm pretty sure. Let's go Ben Jones here. That works for me. Adrian Peterson in the game. You'd think so, that he'd be in at least the free agent pool, but I haven't checked. I'm not sure what his rating would be. I'm guessing in like the low 80s. Or not? I guess there's a chance he's not in the game. Or maybe already taken? Is that possible? Let's go Deon Buchanan here. I like getting speed at linebacker. Yeah, I saw a little bit about Incognito and Mike Zimmer. There was like reported interest that the Vikings wanted to sign Incognito, and Mike Zimmer came out and flat out denied that, and buried that quickly, and then Incognito's going wild on Twitter. Let's get a second running back in here. I can't believe Shady McCoy is still out there. Where are the power backs, though? It'd be cool if we could sort this by archetype, but I guess it's not a thing. Well, break tackle. Tariq Cohen, huh? You know, Damian Williams is not a bad back in this game at all. Let me go. He's gone. I bet I'm like a round too late on Martavis Bryant. Wow. I already have a slot in Larry Fitz, so I like someone else on the outside. Yes, John Ross is there. Oh man, I don't know what I want to do right now. I do have Jimmy Graham as well. I can't forget about that. I should probably go defense with this selection. I need a slot cornerback pretty badly. We'll go Brent Grimes. Just get the old secondary. A lot of you want Cohen, Ross. I don't think Ted Ginn has had as bad a drop issues lately, so that's okay if his rating has gone up. All right, you guys want John Ross on the team? We'll get John Ross. What do we got for ratings on him? I should check those first, right? 97 speed, 82 catching, route running not too good. As long as he can run the 9 route. Blaine Gabbert was just drafted. Oh. That was a sign that I should have gotten a backup by now, I think. Let's see, RG3's ratings. Yeah, I need some better accuracy than that. Brian Hoyer. That's the kind of exciting backup this team needs. I could also get RG3 as well at some point. I just wanted to make sure I had an accurate backup. Or a more accurate backup. Not that it makes a huge difference in here. What else does this defense need? Another safety for sure. Kind of want to go with someone younger just to make it more fun. Let's go Sua, or I want Obi Melifonwu. We have really good speed. Tackling is good. Hit power is good. We're taking Obi Melifonwu right here. 4-3 or 3-4. I'll probably just run a 4-3. That's kind of the way I've drafted this team out to be. We're only in round 24 right now. Could use a second running back. I like someone to complement Cook a little bit with some power, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. Unless I reach. I guess it's not that big of a deal, honestly. Could go Jerick McKinnon. He's an 85 elusive back. Let's see. I'm going to take it to the carrying rating here. I could take Shady, but I'm just trying to have some fun taking some other players right now. Not just vets. 85 carrying on McKinnon. Whoever's carrying's better. 86. It's Chris Thompson then. I don't think McKinnon's fumbled very much in his career, though. He definitely hasn't fumbled very much. I like Jet McKinnon quite a bit, yes. But, as I said, I was going with the carrying rating. Jerick McKinnon stats. There's no way he's fumbled more than like once or twice in his career. He has 2 fumbles in his career on over 500 touches, over 600 touches. His carrying should be way higher. He runs between the tackles. He runs outside. He invites contact. Like, that's wrong. Yeah, I basically have all my starters in there, so now it's all about getting some fun role players to come off the bench. How about we go for a pass rusher, just in case. Yeah, we'll go Alan Bailey with this selection. Oh, Juju's long gone by now, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure he's in the mid-80s for overall or something good. Cordero Patterson. Is the dream alive in New England? I'm not going to lie. The Patriots trading for Cordero Patterson reinvigorates my thought that Patterson can still make it. Although the Pats have made, their fair amount of mistakes too at the same position. Michael Floyd didn't work out. Jordan Matthews didn't work out, but that might be more injury related. Malcolm Mitchell, that's another injury-related one, I guess. Aaron Dobson. I was sure Dobson was a slam dunk pick. I like Dobson a lot. But, man, possession receivers are so hard to read on if they're going to be good or not. Let's get a second tight end. How about that? Zach Miller's got to be good. Yeah. Take Taywan Taylor. I need a 4th receiver. Someone mentioned Cortland Sutton, and if I could get Cortland Sutton, I would be ecstatic. I don't know what his rating would even be, though. I think we're in trouble if we're still looking for him. Deshaun Hamilton, though, I would not be mad taking him right here. Yeah, I think that he's long gone. Bo Scarborough. Yeah, I would not mind Bo Scarborough. If I want some power, and he would definitely be out there, right? What's Marlon Mack's power rating? 63. Terrence West would be a 66. I might as well reach for rookies I like at this point, right? Bo Scarborough. Heck yeah. Like Derrick Henry Light. Oh, come on. Why'd they take Deshaun Hamilton? Marcus Robinson. I'll take him instead then. Why don't we get some O-line depth? take a 22-year-old Brandon Parker. Same school as Tariq Cohen. Get Antonio Callaway. He's the next AB. I saw that he got the citation here not too long ago over the weekend, so I don't know about that. Ooh, yeah. Here's my guy from last year, Josh Reynolds. '89 spec catch. Deep threat. That's right. Deep threats are not just your 95 speed guys. A lot of you want left guards. I know, but I have 2 right guards. It's okay. It's all good. I got my linemen. Let's go with John Miller, 25 years old. Hollywood Higgins. There's another one. Now, I need some more depth on defense, that's for sure. I only took 1 defensive tackle. I'm not sure if any of my ends will play there, but I can always play like Calais Campbell as my rush defensive tackle. That's one of the new positions on the depth chart this year, if you're not familiar. Oh, I like Eddie Vanderdoes. He's pretty good. When I watched Raiders stuff, he stood out to me. So let's get Eddie on the team. But there are a lot of new specialist positions on the depth chart this year. If you're not familiar, there are things like power running back, slot corner, slot receiver, a lot of important roles, and they're automatically put into certain formations and certain situations so that they're in the right spots when they should be. And Alteron Werner got paid, and then back to... See, Alteron Werner was like just the guy, then really good, got paid, then just the guy. Let's go with the pride of Lindenwood. Where is Lindenwood? Malcolm Moten, I wish I could get Malcolm Moten from my Browns rebuild. That's still going on over on my second channel. I got a new series coming to that as well. Cardale Jones, he's backing up Cam. Need more outside pass rushers? Yeah, you're right. LaShawn McCoy is still out there. I could use a speed rusher more than anything. But imagine that the speed rushers are pretty much gone. Marquise Flowers. Good cover linebacker, not bad depth. Are you drafting the whole draft or do you sim the rest? I'll draft the whole thing. I'm here for the long haul. Could really use a pass rusher though. Or I'll go Carl Davis. Oh, wait, I was thinking Carl Lawson for a minute there. But Carl Lawson's in the low 80s, I think, in this game. Oh, Arden Key. There we go. Arden Key. 22 years old. Don't forget about special teams. Too late, Derek. Forgot about that a while ago. Oh, Dan Bailey. Taken care of. Punter, I'll just wait. Doesn't matter. How about a fullback? Let's go with C.J. Ham of the Vikings. I need some more linebacker depth, so if Malik Jefferson is still out there... Whoops, wrong player. Malik Jefferson. Quentin Flowers is actually good as a quarterback. Wasn't he like South Florida or something like that? Where is he on here? Oh, JT Barrett's in here at quarterback. Hackenberg's a 64. Oh, there's my guy right there. Logan Woodside. I thought he was actually a pretty interesting like mid-round quarterback, and I think he went 7th round to like Cincy. I like Logan Woodside. He's got a good arm. I think I'm gonna definitely check out the Bengals in preseason to watch him play. Randy, thank you for the super chat. Where is Kalispell and Super Mega Baseball? Keep it up, brother. Thank you. Obviously with Madden 19 being out, it definitely makes things a lot more unpredictable here on the channels. So for Kalispell, I know it's been a little while now. I'll have an episode out definitely sometime this week. I'm just not sure what day. Right now I'm focused on wrapping up Madden 18 stuff and then kind of getting things back to normal, but it's always just a really hectic week in a good way. I love it, but I got a lot to do. Got a lot done this morning, and hoping to get plenty of stuff on the channel here this week. Got 3 videos coming to the second channel today. I'm hoping for 3 more tomorrow if I can, if not 2. Flowers is now at running back. Yeah, I kind of thought that might be the case, but I wasn't sure. But I'm not sure what his rating is. There he is. Southern Florida. 5'10", 214. Don't know what his throwing abilities are, but let's get him on the team. Oh, Jarvion Williams is on there. I gotta scroll back down. I'm not gonna take a 5th running back. But Jarvion Williams is on there. And where is he from, everybody? There he is. UTSA. Think he's with the Bengals? Want to say? All right, let's grab some backups here. Yeah, Eric Flowers. We're going to figure it out with him. I know a lot of you want Tavon. We're fine, though. We don't need Tavon Austin. We're going to take Troy Hill because I was high on him in the draft a couple years back. Let's get Carl Klug because he's from Minnesota. Now in round 45, safety depth. How about that? Kelsey McRae. Are you going to do a long shot series? I don't know. I have so much I'm already trying to do that, you know, long shot, I don't think I might, but at the same time, it's not a big priority right now, so I don't know if I'll get around to it. And when I pulled my second channel subscribers, it seemed pretty split over if people wanted it or not. Like a 60-40 deal. Rigoberto Sanchez is our punter. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 linemen is enough. 3 tight ends, 5 wide, 4 running backs, 3 quarters. Yeah, we're pretty solid here. Passigno. Welcome to the team. Do you like how the running feels in this Madden? I'm still getting used to it. If you haven't had a chance to play yet, maybe you're going to play for the first time tonight, or maybe on Friday, the standard release date, I guess. I definitely recommend going into 2 things. Get into Skills Trainer and just spend some time in there to get a feel for things without it being a full game, without people flying at you, without you avoiding all the linemen. Just get a feel for your player. Do that. And also spend about 5-10 minutes in practice mode, offense only, and just call some running plays and get a feel for the cuts. Get a feel for doing the moves that you want to do where you want to do them. And I think that'll help you get a leg up here in the first maybe week or so. Just because I think it's going to be a big transition for some people in the way the game feels now. It definitely is different. So if you take the time to practice and you go online, I bet you get some victories. I bet you do pretty well. Just a couple more players here to select. We'll take Antonio Callaway. Thomas Duarte. Is he still out there? He is. And we're going to get a game in here pretty soon with these Titans. I think I have like 2 more picks to make. They have you do like 54 rounds, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we have a 54th round. I'll just take whoever's at the top here, Darren Sproles. Nah, I don't want another running back. I want just like depth somewhere. All right, the draft is over, everybody. Let me advance to regular season. Injuries are turned off, so no one's going to get hurt right here. You should try to make your own roster, or I'm not sure exactly what you were trying to say there, but I want to make you guys a draft class. I know I'm only on PS4 right here, but I would like to make a draft class that contains maybe some key players from past dynasties so that you could maybe, if you want it, you could go ahead and maybe draft some of them or have them in your universes all. Maybe put in like, someone like Marquise Walker, Ja'Cory Day, that kind of thing. Might be really fun. I forgot a punter. No, I got Rigoberto Sanchez. And cashews. Set the season goal. I want to go to the Super Bowl. Just being honest. All right. So we got Cam, Dalvin, AB, Larry Fitz, Jimmy Graham. A nice O-line. Cam Wake, Sue, Vander Does. Or Doze. Calais Campbell, Akeem Talib, Brent Grimes. Linebacker is definitely our weakest spot. But I'm going to be going to the puzzle piece icon here to change up my scheme. We're ready to run the 4-6 apparently. I want to run base 4-3. And vertical zone run, just because it's our best percentage. And now allow me to turn injuries on. Make it more fun. All Pro. I'm just playing default All Pro. Just getting a feel for things. Where do they hide the injury setting in here again? Is it in, I think it's in the gameplay sliders. Because it is a slider. 40. Honestly, 40 seems a bit high from what I've played so far, just like messing around. I'm gonna go 15. But I have to turn those injuries on in the first place. There we go. Let me make sure my specialist depth chart is set the way I like it, though. I want my power running back to be Bo Scarborough. Third down back, Chris Thompson. Slot receiver is not going to be John Ross. Let me get in there. Slot corner. That's going to be, sure, Joe Hayden. Sub linebacker, Kendricks works. Calais Campbell. Actually, over Kendricks, I might be able to go with Marquise Flowers. I guess there's a big overall difference there. I'll take the awareness boost that Kendricks possesses. Rush tackle, Calais Campbell. Rush end, Passigno. Rush left end, Cam Wake. Slot receiver is going to be Larry Fitz. Power halfback, Bo. All right. Will you ever make Leon Daniels Jr. or Jonathan Stark's kids or something like that as a custom recruit in NCAA 14? Maybe. Yeah, there's definitely potential for that. Do you plan on having your Dynasty players' projected rounds to be the same they were projected when they were declared for the draft in NCAA 13 and 14? Probably not true to it because, like, Ja'Cory Day wasn't even a draft pick. There were too many players that were draft caliber but weren't taken, so I think in that case, I will make changes. But for players that were drafted, I will try to keep them within a round of that, if that makes sense. I picked Cam Newton, but he's a good quarterback. I picked the cashews because it's a good snack. By making your own roster, I meant editing the ratings to make them what you feel is accurate, like McKinnon's carrying. That's interesting. But, I don't think that I know enough about each player to make all those changes. Like, I don't think I'll touch the default ratings. But I do think that McKinnon's carrying is just too low. Marshawn Lynch. Michael Brocker's getting hyped up. I don't eat pistachios, man. I don't like them. Yes, hit the like button, please. That would be much appreciated. We peaked at 1,309 viewers, but I don't know how many are in here right now. Oh, 1253, there's a lot of you in here. You know, if you're new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button if you enjoy franchise content. This is not how I normally play franchise. I tend to do things in an edited fashion, broadcast commentary style. That's been my gimmick, my whole thing. So, if you're having a good time, and you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button here to subscribe to youtube.com/MrHurriicane as we get underway here. What was that maneuver Thomas did to get into position for the ball? That was strange. And I have a second channel as well for more sports-based content. That is youtube.com/MrHurricaneLP. New series on this game coming to both channels. All right, 1 second. That's Jacoby Brissett. That's Jacoby Brissett out there. Brissett off play action. Where's he going? It's a first down catch. Let me make sure that we have good game audio. So if it's too loud or too quiet, I'm going to try to make it on par with the desktop audio here with the music that I can probably now turn off. So hopefully that sounds all right. Mohamed Sanu Bryant. I'm not sure. Martavis, that's who it is. Brown up the sideline now. That's it? Just a touchdown? No one can catch him. There must be John Brown with that kind of speed. So, Jacoby Brissett, not such a punchline here anymore. Or it's Jaron Brown. Yeah, the one thing I think, like, player movement, like, cutting is better, but the running animation still seems a little awkward to me. Like, watch, I think everything before the catch is pretty good. And then, I don't know, the running animation just seems a little bit off. They seem so stiff. Not a good start here for my Seahawks. I'll get a different camera angle in there, yeah. When I mess with camera, people do not like it. Ross here from the end zone. No sound. That can't be correct. How's that? Is that better? Cam Newton's out here with our Tennessee Titans that we just got done drafting. This double south. I think I'm a fan of this. Pull back the camera. You guys wanted this, right? You wanted me to play in this view? We're going to hand it to Dalvin Cook. Flag on the play. Thank you. Yeah, there are new kickoff return formations because the NFL changed the kickoff rules. You can't have so many players back deep. There are no running starts. They're trying to eliminate all the collisions that tend to happen there. Ran out of room, didn't we? But yeah, lots of good animations in the game. It's just the running one, it seems a little off. Ooh. I like this dagger concept we got here. Chris Thompson checks in. Oh, receiver fell down here. We're running with Cam, looking for a block and a spin. Cam Newton, everybody. 25 yards. Turn down the sound a little bit. Okay. Overcorrecting is seeming to be the theme of the stream right now. Definitely it seems defense is tougher than normal on like default all-pro than in years past, with good coverage and pretty good run defense, I'd say. Not on this play, but in general. I also think they sprint to the line so quickly. That also looks a little bit weird to me. Oh, Chris Thompson gets aerial and picks up a good chunk of yardage. I'm liking what I'm seeing from this playbook so far. Prediction for real Titans, I think 10 wins. I think that's a pretty fair guess. I'd say in the 9 to 10 range for them. The way I feel right now about all-pro throwing, honestly, the passing game, it feels more like all Madden than all-pro how we typically get. The windows are so tight, and timing is so vital. Is Madden 19 better than 18 in your opinion? In certain areas it is. I need to play a lot more games. That's why I'm doing this series, so I can get, you know, a bunch of games in and have more of a sample size to judge. Because, yeah, I've been playing the game, but a lot of the stuff I've been editing and then commentating over, and then I spent a lot of time doing Madden 18 wrap-up. So I haven't gotten to play as much as you might think. Larry Fitzgerald slot left. Got it to Jimmy Graham. I'm not sure when I'm announcing my team. I'm probably going to have it this week, but I honestly don't know who it is right now. I wouldn't even be prepared to make the video yet. I left a comment on the UConn video in the practice live stream suggesting Leon Daniels and Stark's names for skills and recruits. You should check it out. You mean like for like juniors of them or kids of theirs for future classes? Sometimes I want to do continuations like that, but also it's fun to have brand new characters at the same time. Underneath here, we got some speed. It's John Ross, of course we do. So right now, from what I've played, I'm not really throwing the ball downfield as much because I'm a lot less confident than normal. We'll see if that picks up as I just get more games in naturally. Last play of the quarter right here. Left side, Graham ahead to the 15. Big plays are a lot less frequent, so they're really more of a big deal. I think that all-pro sliders might be okay this year. I don't know for sure, but the defense gives me at least some positive thoughts about that. Getting their CPU offense better. I know they scored pretty easily on me the first time, but in general, their offense hasn't been very good. Yeah, I gotta make Cook my third down back. It's putting Chris Thompson in like every time I go shotgun, so I'm not even using him. First down, Brissett floats in, and we got some airtime for Ebron. Eric Ebron, take off. Allow me to edit the camera if it lets me. There we go. Standard cover 3 coming here. We got 4 verts. Brissett down the middle. That is touchdown number 2. 56 yards. Brissett, what is this? Now, I don't use her on defense against the CPU, so this was all CPU control on Obi. I've had many interceptions on players that I'm technically usering but not actually controlling. I'm not sure if it was my fault that he didn't make a play there, but they got a touchdown again. Oh, by the way, with new kickoff formations, I think that squib kicks are a lot more viable this year. Oh, man, almost had it. But if I score a touchdown, which I plan on it, or a field goal, I'll show you a squib kick. Let me make Dalvin my third down back quick. Man, Brissett is just dotting us up. It is not what I had in mind, to say the least. Should have picked Honey Badger, eh? When I could have, I maybe should have. But hey, isn't it nice to see the CPU actually, like, putting up a fight on All-Pro? I think this year, understanding the pass concepts and how they're supposed to manipulate coverage is even more important. There we go. And you might not want to run your entire offense out of the shotgun if that's what you're used to. Creeping down that safety here. Watch the backside of this run as Cook gets about 3. What are you going to do with sliders? I'm going to take a look at what some of the big slider creators are doing, and then probably try some of their work and see what I like. We got Jimmy Graham now up to the 25. Moving the ball well. Cam off to play action this time. And we got it inside the 5 for Fitzgerald. It's a touchdown. There we go. Good play. Good stuff. Larry Fitzgerald, the timeless wonder. We want Teddy, not Darnold. Hey. You got to play the best quarterback, and maybe it's Teddy Bridgewater this year. I want to see Teddy on the field, even though I'm sad it won't be in a Viking uniform. I could try All-Pro with sliders, and I think I'll take a deeper look at All-Pro slider sets this year. Normally, I kind of overlook them. Don't consider them very heavily. I'm getting low on cashews, guys. All right. So are we going to stop Brissett on this possession? That's my question. On the carry. Good stop. Players seem to get off their blocks a lot faster in this Madden. You're not going to see as many instances of blockers getting to your linebackers and just holding them the entire play, essentially. In the past, where you'd get so many chances to run past that linebacker who's blocked, now oftentimes he will shed the block right as you're getting there. So you're getting good yardage still, but instead of 40 yards, you're getting 4 yards. Third down and 9. Bringing the blitz here at Brissett. We got him chased. He fires, and it's a diving catch. Bryant to the 45. In most of the games I've played, the CPU offense hasn't been very good, so this is pretty refreshing for me, even just to see them, you know, moving the ball and not just stalling out. Yeah, don't sprint behind the line when running. That's definitely something you want to avoid. And they do seem to shed blocks when you're holding sprint too early, so you're really hurting yourself there. Let's get Obi blitzing here. A little safety blitz off the edge. We're set. Rolling away from trouble and then across the middle. That's what I want to see them get rid of. You shouldn't be rolling left and throwing across his body like that, especially perfectly. Quarterback AI, I can't tell any differences from Madden 18, which is a real big downer. This definitely wasn't a big AI year. It was a gameplay year. We got some new features, but AI, I think it's really flawed. How were you able to import Kalispell into NCAA 14? They are a team builder team, so they are a team that I made on the team builder website. And from there, you're able to link it to your account and import the file from the server on the computer to the game. And then you're able to download that team, have them, and play with them in Dynasty. Third down, 14 yards to go. Going underneath. Good stop. Timeout. Do you think they need to change scouting? Absolutely. I don't think the system is very good, personally. Getting to see their top 3 ratings, but not knowing anything else until the combine comes out. You know, it's far from perfect. That's all I gotta say right now. Where is the Kalispell Dynasty, by the way? Like I mentioned, with Madden being new, it's always hectic here. So, it might be a little bit yet before Kalispell and Twins return to the channel. Once I get more caught up with like the second channel and with my Bears franchise wrap up, then I think we'll be all right. So I will keep you all updated here. If you're not already subscribed, if you do subscribe, I will be posting some community posts to let you know what you can kind of expect when things are going to be coming. Jimmy Graham, here we go. We got some lag. Maybe a little tiny bit.
Come on.
17 seconds left. Oh, I got undercut. That was not what I was hoping. I wanted to lead him a little bit, but I guess I threw a bullet pass. I don't think anybody's going to really miss it, but there is no target passing in the game this year. So L2 is back to being the low throw modifier. L1 is the high throw modifier. Here's a high throw. Got it, AB. I need to use the high-low modifiers a lot more often than I do. I think it would save me in a lot of situations where I would normally throw a pick. Last year, I really didn't because I kept getting confused because of the thing with target passing taking up one of the buttons. So high-low was over, like, I think it was L1 plus, like, up and down on the left stick. All right, so we're down by 1 going into the second half. I'm not user catching. I'm just letting whatever the ratings dictate. You know, that chooses how they catch it. Let's see if we get some blockers out in front here, how this works. I love to run plays like this more often if you could trust them. But the linebackers tend to beat you to the spot. Oh, I skipped the halftime show. Yeah, it's nothing major, and plus I have the audio off, so you can't hear it anyway. But it kind of goes around a map of the United States, zooming in on certain games and showing you stats from them, like the studio updates from NCAA 14. Very similar. Here we go. The option timing in Madden is different than NCAA. It's a... Oh, what happened? That play must be bugged. Let me pull that up. Maybe they got confused because I flipped it. So... yeah, I'm not sure how that's supposed to work in that case. I might have to come back to that play and see if I can make it work if I don't flip it at the line. Ooh, AB could not hang on. Catches in traffic are tough this year. Trying to get outside here to buy some time. Throw it away, Cam. I like the way that All-Pro is becoming, though. I thought the CPU versus CPU gameplay on Madden 18 was really good. Outside of like quarterback AI and some running back ball carrier vision, I enjoy a lot of the CPU gameplay. All-Pro default is getting much better. And this year, I think it takes another step forward. But running back ball carrier vision right now is so bad. I'm going to do some testing here because I want to see how players with max vision handle running, because I have a thought. My initial feeling here is that ball carrier vision in the 90s is probably okay, but I don't think we should limit players with 90 ball carrier vision to their abilities. Like here. Why does Lynch go right when he could go left? Doesn't make any sense. And how do I fix that with sliders? Fixing, bumping up their blocking because he didn't get many yards? That's not a solution. Hand off again, Marshawn. Thank you, Mega Mad Dog, for the super chat. Much appreciated. Hey, Kane, how do you feel about Eric Decker signing with New England? What about Cordero Patterson fitting into their offense and special teams? I can't expect Cordero to play much offense. Love to see it, but I'm expecting just special teams for him. Brissett throws it away. As far as Decker goes, I think maybe he could help out in the red zone. Maybe that's why they got him. But outside of that, I don't think he's going to bring a major impact. From what I've been testing, lower-rated running backs make more mistakes, while elite-level running backs are more likely to find the correct hole. Yeah, and my thought there would be that the difference in ball carrier vision is too drastic. So that I think we should take the scale and we need to rebalance it. So that, 99 maybe should be the new 75. I think maybe even that aggressive. Because ball carrier vision for like anybody that's not elite is laughable. Okay. I don't know why this keeps happening. I didn't hit circle. I didn't hit that. Was that him trying to get around the block and that was the interaction? Was that it? Had to be. Because I'm holding probably left stick right there. I'm holding the right trigger, rather. I don't know what that is all about. Flynn, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Kane, just wanted to say thanks for getting me back into Madden. Currently making my own dynasty whilst watching this. Love from England. Thank you, Flynn. Yeah, I love showing you that you can have so much fun in these games, in Franchise, Dynasty. Those types of modes have always been pretty special to me. And I think I've done a good job. Oh, that's intercepted. If I had floated it, maybe. But, there's a lot of fun to be had in these modes, even when they're flawed. Like, I enjoyed Madden 18 quite a bit, but I don't think it was a relatively strong release of Madden. Like with the Browns rebuild and my Matt Pierre series, and I think eventually the Bears franchise became pretty fun as well. I had a great time on the game, even though I have so many gripes with it. NCAA, very good reputation on that game. It's far from perfect, but I've had so many fun games on there and so many great moments. You know, I've poured hundreds of hours into these games. And while they're not perfect, they still offer me some of my favorite gaming experiences. Because I love recreating what we see on the football field as much as I can. You know, I love the opportunities that arise when a player gets hurt and someone has to step in. Or, you know, a late round draft pick becoming a starter down the road and making himself into a household name. Like, that's one of my favorite things to do in these games. So outside of just pure entertainment here on YouTube, the thing I want to do the most is to show you how much fun you can have in these games. You plan on streaming long, new to viewing in, and want to know if it's wise to switch to TV. Hot day can give the old computer a rest. Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to do a second game. So you should still have a good chunk of time to kick back and relax with me on the big screen. 13 seconds to go in this quarter. Yeah, we'll do 2 games today. Why not? What made you choose Kalispell? I wanted to do something really obscure. If you can't tell, I like doing things that are really out of the ordinary on my channels. You know, I have a series on my second channel where I literally play as a left tackle. And it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but it's a fun novelty. Oh my! Close one. I'm sorry, what's the rest of that question? Oh, what made you choose Kalispell? I wanted to crank up the difficulty in a way. So I wanted to use a team that was a brand new program. I wanted to use a team that was out of like the South, where most of the good prospects come from. I wanted them to be outside of any major like pipeline. Oh, Cam is sacked. So the closest pipeline for Kalispell would have been California, which is very good, but it's super competitive, and it wouldn't be our home state. So it was all about creating difficulty and doing something way out of the ordinary and creating this true underdog story. So I'm still down by 1 here in the 4th quarter. It's crunch time, everybody. Kane, do you think the flexbone or wishbone offense, as this pass is dropped eventually, will ever make it into the NFL? Why or why not? No. And that's because defenses are way too big, they're way too strong, they're way too fast. Those offenses rely a lot on consistency, you know. even when you know it's coming, if you're slower, if you're stronger, it's hard to stop an option. It's easy for them to go 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards. Nice play. In the NFL, you're going to get a lot more zeros, a lot more negative twos. Are you going to get enough 8s and 9s to offset that? Probably not. Brissett. See, that's the kind of inaccuracy I can deal with in here. Just airmails to throw a bit. I'm not sure why they don't make your power running back the default in the I formation. But we got Dalvin with a good run. Will we ever see Sammy Hollins again? Maybe. Will we ever see UTSA again? Hard to say. I always thought it'd be fun to bring back that franchise because we were just getting to a good spot in it when it ended. It was just that NCAA 14 came out and the journey concluded. Four down territory, folks. We're going to run it here. Hand off. Dalvin. So like I said, if you haven't played Madden 18 yet, or Madden 19, when you get it, I want you to go into practice mode. Just take like 5 minutes, offense only, call some running plays, get a feel for cutting, get a feel for following, you know, going through each lane, following your fullback, pushing the pile a little bit. I'm not sure if that's going to be a thing in offense only, but definitely to get used to the movement and how that's changed, just play an offense only, just for a few minutes for me. Then go to skills trainer and do some more stuff in there with the running game and everything. I have not played online yet, strictly offline. Come on. Oh, man, I couldn't squeeze it to Brown. Man. Cam, no! I personally hope not, but will the Kalispell series ever stop? It'll definitely have a finale at some point. But I don't think that we're there yet. We still got some seasons to run through. Wow. Mitchell Schwartz. Can we talk about that one? Oh, it's Clowney. I guess we talked about it. Rebuild the Ravens. We want Lamar Jackson. Man, they'd be a fun team to use, that's for sure. I've thought about them. (16-14). I've got to keep them from scoring a field goal here, everybody. We got some all-pro default drama. Let's see if we can defeat Jacoby Brissett. Split backs here. It's Jones and Ebron. Brissett under pressure. Oh, he avoids a fumble. How long has he been streaming for? Approximately an hour 28. We got one more game coming your way after this. Oh, come on! Gotta pick that. Sometimes in these situations, I call cover two, and I take my wide corner and I put him in an outside third. just so he plays super deep on here. Underneath, dumping it off to Lynch. 4th down. They really shouldn't call a timeout there. They should hurry up and call a 4th down play to preserve the timeout in the event they don't convert. In my opinion, anyway. 4th and 8. Big play for the Dolphins. They're going to go up top. Oh my! That's some speed! And Brissett overthrew him. Got a break. Where is Dez gonna sign? I have no idea. I'm surprised he hasn't been signed yet. From the Epicster, Rodney Rambo. Come on, Tim, let's make it happen. There will be some Rodney Rambo at some point, but not right now. I got a lot to figure out with Madden 18 wrap up and Madden 19 stuff, so it'll happen before the end of the year, I'll say that much. There we go. We're going to win the game. Jimmy Graham. All right. So an up and down first game for us. We're going to walk out of here with the win with Cam. We're going to play another game right after this. The Browns will sign him. That'd be cool, I think. To be honest, I think New England is going to sign him. I can't see. I feel like they already would have. Because, like, if you're considering it, why wait? Especially, like, New England's scheme is supposed to be more complex than most. Like, waiting doesn't lend a receiver an advantage. But, you know, it's still early in camp. It's possible. What division is your team going to be this year? I'm not sure yet. Like, I'm still thinking about teams from different conferences and everything. Here are the stats, by the way. Brissett, 9 of 17. Cam, 14-21. Neither team running the ball all that well. That's kind of the theme of Madden 19 from what I'm seeing. Jaron Brown gives us all kinds of problems. And they use John Ross like a possession receiver. Good game. Making sure I'm caught up here on Super Chats. One moment, please. Bruku Gaming. Going to Bears-Packers on opening night. Bear down. Hey, I want to see the Bears go get a win there. Go take one from Green Bay. Now for upgrading, if you're not already familiar, there is a new system for how you upgrade players. What happens is players have XP bars, and when they max out, they earn a skill point. And what happens is that skill point can be put into any one of these archetypes. So you have run stopper here for Calais Campbell because he's a left end. So you have different types of ends. Run stoppers, speed rushers, power rushers. Now, any one of these will make his overall in that archetype go up by 1. And this puzzle piece indicates that this is the type of player we're looking for in our scheme. He gains extra experience from being a part of the scheme and fitting it. So we're going to focus on his run stopper in this case. And it will randomly assign rating boosts to various ratings that are relevant to that position or that archetype. So if you did this twice, you would not get the same results more than likely. But I think it's a pretty good system. Not perfect yet, but I think it's a step in the right direction. In this case, Eddie Vanderdoes isn't a perfect scheme fit for us, but if I focus enough on his run stopper, we can get him there. Keep in mind there are some ratings that go into multiple archetypes, so it's possible that in trying to upgrade one archetype, you also upgrade another because the overall formula is taking into account ratings that are in both. So, there you go. Can you upgrade your coaches this year? That system seems the same with the training boost packages and the player retention. Like, these menus here are all very familiar. Coach goals. You gain XP. You hit X to spend it. Expert scouting, player retention, player progression. All that stuff remains intact. Is the Hezi move the same as last year's back juke? I haven't really used the Hezi much. I was in the skills trainer today, so I saw it there, and I'm like, I never think about just tapping L2, because that's a precision modifier. I didn't think of it as a move, really. It's definitely a hesitation. It's just not really much of a back juke, but I guess it kind of is. I mean, your momentum does kind of stop, and you shift backwards a little bit. But it's a nice move. I think it's going to be pretty useful in this game. Who's your favorite Viking on the current roster? Man, hard to pick on this bunch. Probably Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, Harrison Smith, Xavier. Can I pick 4? Is that cheating? Do you ever see them changing the upgrade system for the coaches? Yeah, I could see that. I think the NCAA system was very good, or better, where doing good things for the offense would gain your offensive coordinator XP, and vice versa for the defensive coordinator. When they earned a point, you got to upgrade something that helped out your team. I think they should copy-paste that system and then work on how they can improve it and make it more realistic. I think it was a great addition to NCAA 14, and I still remember reading reviews for that game, and the major media outlets are talking about how that was a useless feature. Never listen to the big outlets when it comes to sports game reviews. They have no clue what they're talking about. They play those games for like a week out of the year, and they have no clue what the gamers in that genre actually want. I guess it's a generalization, but if you're looking for a Madden review, I wouldn't go to one of the big names. I'd go to someone who's, in the sports community, or someone who only does sports, someone who specializes and plays the games year-round. All right, back to play against the Houston Texans now. Goodbye. What? We got to talk about that one right there. What was that, Jared Goff? He was about to get destroyed. I'm like, oh, good night, Jared Goff. Like, take a screenshot right here. This quarterback didn't get sacked. This quarterback remained intact. Come on. Second down, the give. Oh. See, I like the way Riddick sidestepped there to find the lane. That was cool. Are you considering doing a Dolphins franchise and importing old players, like using custom draft classes like Nate Bell, Lance Adams? Not like old players from old franchises. I'm not trying to do that. It's more so players from dynasties that never got to play in the league. The Dolphins are a team I'm considering, to answer that question. They're down in 9. Goff has to dump it off. And that's incomplete. Would you recommend buying Madden this year? Haven't bought one since 16, and this looks like a significant upgrade. It's better in a lot of areas, and I think that their gameplay-oriented focus has done pretty well for the game. I think especially if you're going to play like a lot of head-to-head action, that the game will probably be a lot better than 16. But in regards to the AI, that's not vastly improved. Franchise is not vastly improved. There are improvements. It's just, does it justify $60 to you? That means something to everybody. Ouch. That was the jawbreaker right there. Helmet right under the chin. I love how you can feel the power in the tackles. Yeah, it's a much more physical game, and it fits the nature of this game just being more defensive and a little bit lower scoring. Defense has some attitude in Madden 19. Oh, nice catch, John Ross. Not a deep threat anymore, not the way I'm using him. Newton's a pocket passer. John Ross is now a possession wideout. Chris Thompson checks in. Let me go and... Whoops, not that setting. You gotta think for a minute. Depth chart. Need to get Cook in there more. Would Sammy Hollins be a draft class choice for you? I played a number of years with him on the Eagles, so probably not. You missed the super chat. Allow me to catch up. I apologize. Let me run one more snap. Oop, got him. This is from Mega Mad Dog. Hey, Kane, did you see what Kelvin Benjamin said about Cam Newton and then what Greg Olsen and Steve Smith both thought about it? I saw what Kelvin said. I didn't see what the replies were. But I'll have to see. But I thought that the shade he was throwing at Cam was really unnecessary. Especially when you consider that, like, you know, Cam had an MVP season when Benjamin was hurt. And then you talk about you want a quarterback who's more accurate. Well, you're on the Bills with Josh Allen, so tell me how that's going to work out. No, Cam is not the most accurate quarterback. We're going to run with him, though. Play that's coming back. Is NCAA a good buy? I mean, if you can find it, it's usually a bit more expensive than you'd probably like to pay. But, you know, it's a really fun game. And if you love Dynasty and building teams, I think NCAA is still a lot of fun. But if you're looking for it on the used market, you're probably still going to pay about 30, 40 bucks. And that's the nature of a game that was last of its kind. So when you want the old NCAA basketball games, they're not, you know, $5. Not by anybody who knows what the market value is anyway. If you want it cheap, you got to go to like a garage sale. And that's very low percentage hit rate. I'm not throwing the ball to Antonio Brown. I'm making a lot of mistakes out here. Graham in a pattern here. I like a lot of the pre-snap animations too. They look good. Got that one. Loaded for Jimmy. Will you ever do an online franchise? Not until things get a bit more simplified for me. Because I know I tried doing more than I probably should. And that online franchise, I just couldn't commit to it. I don't want to do that to other people. There we go, Dalvin. 4 yards in this game is a good play. It's not just a gimme. Thank you for the super chat, Dat Space Kid. I appreciate it. What's your favorite thing about Madden 19 so far? That's a good idea. I kind of wanted to make a video about like my 5 favorite things and my 5 least favorite things. I think that'd be a cool video to make. My favorite thing so far about Madden 19. I think that my favorite thing so far has to do with the fact that building towards a scheme now matters more than it ever has. And I think that's a really good step in the right direction. I'm also a big fan of these specialist positions. Although I'm not sure I like how they're all implemented. I think that that could be reworked a little bit. Oh, man. I'm going to throw some bad ones here on these settings. Default All Pro, it feels more like Default All Madden from years past, with a little less cheating, where like the DBs often would cut before your receiver. Haven't really seen that. But as far as just tight coverage and staying in the right spots, they do that pretty well. Hey, Kane, love your vids. Love from Brazil. Thank you, Pedro. I've always had a lot of Brazilian subs message me over the years. Trying to bounce it out. I wonder what Riddick's vision is. I hope they run it more with him because the first play seemed good. I liked how he didn't just run into the traffic on that last play. I want to see if he runs with more intelligence than other backs. Getting this away. Oh, yes. I love that the passes are... We have a lot more tight windows, a lot more close plays. That's what makes and breaks possessions right there. Love your Kalispell Dynasty videos. I live 8 miles from there. That's pretty cool. I've also had a number of subs message me as Goff floats one down the middle. I've had a lot of subs send me like just like different images indicating that they had like a layover in Kalispell or something like that. I'm not sure why Kalispell seems to be at least semi-regular layover spot. I suppose something with flying coast to coast or something of that nature. After this game, Sim 2 weeks, I kind of thought about doing something like that. Because I'm not sure I'll play like 16 games and maybe playoffs for this. I might do like play 10 of them. Oh, yes. Incomplete. Stuff like that makes me think this game is a more significant upgrade. That, to me, it's such a big deal, those little gameplay nuances. And I play the games year-round. I notice a lot. And I really care about the little things. So, wow, we just contested everything on this possession. Some of it worked for them, some of it didn't. That's the kind of tug-of-war battle I want to see. Not just wide-open players, bad interceptions. Stuff like that, you know, I think makes the game a lot more realistic. Three apiece. John Ross. Oh, he lost it, and Shane Leckler recovers. Oh, boy. Texans take over. Oh, did it? Why am I not in a 4-3 playbook, by the way? I guess I never picked that playbook. I never realized it. I have 4-man fronts in the 44 at least. Would you ever consider a series where you go back to old franchises and go play a game or two with the team you had, or maybe your second channel, having uploads of Nataki, Mason, and Cole again? You know, I've thought a lot about that, but, like, would bringing one of those series back for one game as a novelty be all that worth it if you're not going to go a step further? I don't know about that. And plus, after getting used to some newer games, going back in time gets tougher. I think that's where you see where the games have taken strides the most, is when you think something was a certain way and you go back and you're like, wait a minute. This is messed up. I haven't complained about this in a while. Like how there were Maddens where basically crossing routes were the money. You could get so much on crossing patterns because they wouldn't cover them. And now that's drastically changed, so you can't just call one of the easiest routes in the game to get buckets of yards. What's your least favorite franchise you've done? Rams, maybe? Rams was probably the hardest in terms of sliders. I was constantly editing stuff on there. But I'd say the Raiders franchise was probably my least favorite, and it was my shortest. In that game, the CPU offense was so bad. Their play calling was terrible. Just watch the Super Bowl episode with the Packers. And they were terrible at running the football. They just couldn't do it at all. I had a lot of fun in the Raiders franchise still, but you made me pick a least favorite, and that'd have to be the one. 3rd and 14, Goff, got to get rid of it, and he won't. That's the kind of quarterback AI that's got to get fixed. And none of that seems different from a year ago. I feel like quarterback AI is the same. If not, the differences are very subtle. Long field goal attempt. That kick is no good. Madden 13 was my favorite Madden. It was one of my least favorites. Especially for franchise. A lot of people liked Madden 13 for Mutt. I can't remember Mutt in that game very much. I remember loving it in Madden 12. It was very easy to make coins in that game. When someone like me can get millions of coins like I did in Madden 12, you know it's got to be easy. That and back in the day, you guys used to send me so many cards anyway. It was very easy for me. That was a long time ago. I wonder how many of you were even around then. I had way less subscribers back in Madden 12 days. AB with the bailout at the 41-yard line. Yeah, receivers who can catch the ball in traffic, pivotal this year, because you're going to be in traffic quite a bit. Another flag on the play. Would you consider doing more stuff like Bell versus Adams again, but this time like Emilio Benjamin versus Reggie Shepard or Regis versus Caesar Butler? Oh, man. I think it'd be really fun to do stuff like that. I'm hoping that in the future I can kind of simplify my channel a bit to be doing less series overall, but have the opportunity to do more stuff like that. That would just be, you know, it'd be a lot of setup and whatnot, but running all the series I do now makes stuff like that tough. Like the MrHurriicane Hall of Fame, I'd love to do that. It's an amazing idea, but it's just hard to carve out the time sometimes. Larry! Boy, I think little player challenges like that would be a really fun idea to bring some of those players back that we haven't seen in so long.
20.
Up the seam to Miller. Timeout. Watch this. Come on, AB. Come on, AB. Jump ball. Oh, back at the end zone. No good. Madden 12 sub here. Remembering the Fitz trade and people telling you how to pronounce James Logan. Oh, man. That never ended. Ever. There we go. Oh, yeah. Team celebration with Jimmy Graham. Let's do it. Is he curling? Well, how'd he do? I can't see it. Robert Wagner, thank you for the super chat. King, can you tell us the 6 teams you're considering? I'm not sure if it's exactly 6, but the teams I've been thinking about lately are basically the entire AFC East minus the Patriots, but even they're an interesting team to think about because of life after Brady. But the other 3 teams there, I think that in the NFC, the Giants, Cowboys, and Cardinals are all interesting. And then the Bengals and Ravens are probably 2 more I've thought about. So that brings us to 8. I have to make like a pro and con list because each team is interesting for a different reason. And for me, my franchise flavor is I like something that's difficult. So that can mean I don't have a good quarterback, I don't have a good secondary, I don't have a good this or that. I play against great teams all the time. But I also like the chance to leave my mark on the roster a lot. I like being able to draft a bunch of players that become... I wish I would have showed you at halftime, I'm sorry. I like drafting a lot of players and having them fill out the roster because those become the players that drive the series going forward. Not so much the players that were already there. Sometimes those players are, a big part of the series, but it's more exciting when it's someone I draft. What about the Seahawks? I'm a little bit hesitant to take teams that have had recent success, but they're a great team to pick. Making it tough on me here. How do you do a fantasy draft? When you're in franchise and you're getting things started, when you pick your team, the next step is to pick your starting point. And you need to pick the starting point as fantasy draft. By the way, how has the gameplay looked overall in terms of just like the coloring? Because I turned the contrast in the game up a little bit because like the default Elgato capture here, when I take it in to my streaming encoder, it kind of has things a bit dull. So I just wanted to do some really simple color correction in a way. So I wasn't sure, but I haven't seen any complaints about it. Definitely right now it looks very dark, but I think it's a later game too. Definitely some afternoon lighting here, I'd have to say. Yeah, as you can tell, getting long runs in this game is not going to be easy. This is all about the consistent yardage. Favorite player you've drafted? Probably Nate Bell. I've always loved defensive backs and interceptions, and he was such a superstar. Nate Bell was awesome. And now on the fullback screen, almost a touchdown for C.J. Ham. So close. I wonder if I can change the contrast right now, because this is not default. I'm not sure what section it's in. Here it is. This is default. But also, you're probably not seeing it exactly the way I see it, because it's being run through the Elgato. But maybe it is the same, because the Elgato's got to be like outputting the same video to both channels. So here's default. I think this looks way better for this time of day. Grass looks very dead though. Are you going to play on All Pro? Hard to say right now. I mean, I wouldn't think so, but I'll consider it. I want to see what some of the big slider gurus out there, what they're doing. I'll try all pro, I'll try all Madden. Oh no! Cook lost it, what a hit! Oh no! Man, the hits in this game, if you like big hitting defenders, this game is probably going to be one that you enjoy. What went wrong with the Bears franchise? Madden 18's trench balance, mainly, I'd say. It does feel like everyone's pads in this game are large, yes. Maybe recreating past franchise and dynasty teams in Madden 19 and NCAA 14 to pit them against each other for fun. Oh yeah, that'd be a big project. It's totally possible, but it would be a big undertaking. Intercepted! We'll take that to Marius Randall. I think that to do that, I'd want to do something more than just like a one-off, because that's hours of prep for one video. Hours.
20.
Cam, seam, Larry, caught. I haven't done anything with Bo Scarborough. Nothing's brought him into the game. Running backs, like auto subs, still seem like they're as broken as ever on default. Like Cook is not coming out of the game like ever. So depth chart positions help somewhat, but I'm not calling anything to make them change it. So let's get Bo Scarborough in there. Do some power running. Third down and 9. Uh-oh. That's picked. Or out of bounds. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Everyone else was covered, and by the time I got to AB, it was too late. On first down, a handoff again to Riddick, and yeah, CPU can't run. I have not seen it work yet. What's your favorite Madden? I think the Maddens I look back at most fondly are Madden 12 and Madden 17. I really enjoyed the Vikings franchise that I really kicked off my channel with, and I really enjoyed the Chargers franchise a lot. As a kid, really enjoyed you know, Madden 2001 through 2005 quite a bit. Didn't play franchise much from like 06 to 11. Out of all your franchise, which one would you bring to Madden 19? Wow. Oh, man. I think that'd be awesome to get, to do more with that Raiders team that only had 3 years. Play more with AJ Ray, DeRay Ray, and all those, Logan Cannon, Big Papa at quarterback. James Hazard, one of the best names. That was back when those draft classes, though, were all preset. Like, if you play that game enough, you'll get the same players. Now it's randomly generated, so it's much better. But, I really enjoyed James Hazard and that face mask he had. I still remember making thumbnails with him in there. I haven't seen too many whams. I don't know where they put it. But in general, the wham is not a play I see much in 18 either. I don't use the playbook that has it. Tried to float it up top. Is that Hopkins? Please do tons of MUT. I'm not really a MUT guy. I played a lot of Ultimate Team last year, and I just really have no interest this year. You know, it's a game mode that wants either a lot of your time or, you know, a good chunk of money to buy packs. And I don't really want to part ways with either one of those things. I feel like there are a million other things I could do with my time. And I don't agree with, I don't want to buy packs. You know, it's not going to be fun for me. I've bought packs in the past, and the buyer's remorse is not enjoyable. Oh, Scarborough. The one player I'd like to bring to the future, though, from past series, Lance Adams. I got him in the wrong Madden. He was literally a clone of Randy Moss, but he couldn't play like it because the DB wide receiver interactions weren't even there. AB. Thoughts on the Browns this year? Even if it's a train wreck, it's going to be a fun one to watch. But, I don't think they're going to be a playoff team. I can't see them going 1-31 with Hugh Jackson, and all of a sudden, oh, now we have enough talent, we can be really good. No, that just seems way too easy. That's the easy way out. Nah, Hugh Jackson, I think, gets fired this year. Replaced with the next big up-and-coming offensive mind, the next Sean McVay. I was trying to throw it to Zach Miller. Didn't really get there. What about that corner you drafted with the Jags franchise? Oh, Nate Bell would be good anywhere. But back in the day, those games favored DBs more than receivers. Oh, I thought it was going to be John Ross. It's Larry Fitzgerald. No, Ross scores there. I know it. Oh, man. It was too late by the time I found out, everybody. That was funny. Blitz me, I dare ya. Thanks. Touchdown. Robert Wagner, what's your opinion on the new helmet rule? Well, I don't think that, I think it's going to be called in a way that is going to make people not like it. Like, I don't mind that they're trying to make the game safer, and they don't want you leading with the crown of your helmet. But what's going to happen is the rule's definition is going to end up being too broad. And you're going to have players who aren't intentionally trying to do anything wrong. You know, like, we all have our own natural reaction. We all brace for impact when we know something's coming. We all react to things. They're called reactions for a reason. And I feel like there are going to be a lot of unfair penalties, and they're going to swing games. And then I wonder, you know, are players, you know, say the Harrison Smiths of the world, or those big hard hitters, are they going to hesitate when they normally would just go full speed? And is that going to cost them? Like, safety is going to be a really tough position this year. Unless you're just like, you know, a ball hawk and you're not really a physical guy, then like the game doesn't change for you very much. But if, you know, you're a physical player, and whether it's a ball carrier or a defensive player, I mean, you can get called for the penalty. So, I don't know. It's going to be it's going to be really tough for players to, like, figure out how they can play the game. 3rd down and 9. Jared Goff has a wide open look. We'll bring him down. Do you like how the kick game line does not show up on all Madden? Not sure I'm a huge fan of that. Just the way that it becomes so unpredictable. I wouldn't have an issue if I felt like it was going to be still fair for the CPU and user, but I don't think it would play out like that. Jamila, how's it going? You got like 5 million coins yet? 4th and 3. They got it. Nice play. Thoughts on the Saints as a Vikings fan? I mean, I've talked about them before. I feel like them drafting the defensive players they did gave like Drew Brees some extra years of football, because I don't know if like he would have retired or something or gone to a different team if they had just missed the playoffs again and been this big disappointment. Intercepted, thank you very much. Tried to hurt him. But, you know, that defense made all the difference last year, I thought. And then Alvin Kamara, obviously. Like, Breeze didn't have that many touchdowns last year. He finally had help. Probably the most help he's ever had. Dalvin. Let's watch that one more time. Got a good lead block to the outside. Lead block is a new rating in the game, by the way. And we got CJ Ham out in front. I think he has a pretty good lead block rating. What I love here is that Ham, he goes to the blocker. He doesn't just like wait around and see what happens. He's like, that's my guy. He's the only guy. We taking him out. And that's enough. And then precision modified spin with like a second spin at the end of it. That was a pretty cool play. What team had the best draft? I consider the Bears, but they're doing their best to nullify that by messing around with Roquan Smith's contract. What are they doing? The Bears have a chance to really do some damage this year, and they are absolutely, like, I'm not sure the best way to put it. They are making a huge mistake in not getting Roquan Smith to camp and not getting the deal done, so the guy that can transform that defense more than anybody can get there and get familiar. Stop messing around. Do what he wants. The leverage that you're asking for is unnecessary to begin with. If you want to win, sign Roquan Smith. The longer they wait, the lower you can project their wins on the season. That's all I'll say. So A.J. McCarron's in the game now, as we did hurt Jared Goff on a previous throw. Also, the Bears screwed up with Cameron Meredith, so I'm starting to doubt that Ryan Pace is as good as maybe he seems. 3rd and 8. That's picked. He tried to cheap out on Cameron Meredith, and the Saints called his bluff, and they took him. Ryan Pace is trying to, like... he's trying to look for these little edges. He's trying to get these micro wins, and he's ignoring the big picture, I feel. Nice play. That was strong. SGU's in here. What's up? I want one more touchdown if I can get it. Pace doesn't have the job security to try and do what he does. That's exactly right. He needs 7 wins this year to be employed. I'm not sure who he thinks he's outsmarting with this stuff either. I think it's ridiculous. Jump ball. Oh! That was a cool animation, though. I'm going to try it 2 more times. Or once if we get it. Yes! He brings it in. hold L1 when you tap the button and you'll throw a high pass. And that's how you can trigger some of those animations. Oh yeah, they should totally get a franchise import feature, especially if franchise is going to be so similar to the year before, just saying. But I think it should be an industry standard by now to have importing franchise data from a past game so you can continue your journey on a new game. It only makes sense. MLB's had it now for 4 years. We're gonna win the game, everybody. Oh boy. No. Oops. It's about to be a funny looking score, everybody. How about that? Who's the best GM in the NFL? Well, right now it's hard to say that it's not Howie Roseman. Oh, I never showed you guys the squib kick. Allow me to do that now. Because players have to be bunched up so close, it's a lot easier now for the squib, which hasn't been changed by the way, to actually be useful. So watch this. Down the center. Look at that. The squib kick. A viable tactic in Madden NFL 19. I kind of like to aim one way and then be inaccurate to the other way, hoping that it splits the difference. Because I want to kick it right down the center, but it doesn't let you aim that way anyway. Ooh, Melifonwu reacted super late to that, but he almost got it anyway. Second and 10, they'll try it again. Obi Melifonwu. Oh, 0-0's game over. Also, I'm kind of disappointed that there is no like end of game sequence. I want to see, why have we not gotten to the stage where it's just quarterbacks shaking hands and like the running back shaking hands? Just do something basic like that. Or if two players happen to be from the same college, have them shake hands. Even if they're like 10 years apart, you're still going to get so many cool scenarios. But there is no sequence like that. Kane, what are you gonna have for dinner tonight? How about some spaghetti? Probably tacos. Yeah. So Cam, 21 of 29, 233, 3 scores, an interception. You know whose channel this is. Gotta have at least one. Dalvin, 35 yards, a score, and a fumble. AB got 5 balls this time and 2 touchdowns. Made sure to use him. Fun stuff. But yeah, I think that default All-Pro is getting a lot more fun, a lot more usable. So I think that this time around, unlike last year, I might actually go through a full season here. Even if I sim some games, I might actually go through a full season. Yeah, jersey swap, that'd be really cool. We need the animation of a coach throwing his tablet more. Absolutely. And then, like, the announcers calling it an iPad on accident. That's my favorite. They stopped doing that, though. They probably had to crack down on that. They're our sponsor. You can't call it an iPad. Every time you call it an iPad, we don't get paid. To be fair, the Surfaces do seem like cool devices. I just don't really have a use for it. Kane, are you seeing any roster issues with starting running back on depth chart not getting played as a starter in franchise? I'm not. What you could be seeing is that if you're in the shotgun in 3 wide and 4 wide sets, it'll play third down back. So if you're seeing it when you go like single back 2 tight ends, then I would be concerned. But when you go shotgun 3 wide, it's going to be third down back. But no, I haven't seen any other issues regarding the depth chart. Someone wanted to see the team. I got you here, Troy. This is the team I drafted. Our first picks were Antonio Brown and Cam Newton on offense. We also have Dalvin Cook, Larry Fitzgerald, Jimmy Graham, and a pretty competent O-line. Defensively, we went with some veterans, Cam Wake and Dominican Sue, Calais Campbell, Aqib Talib. Not very good at linebacker or safety, but it just makes things more interesting is all. Add some drama to the games. Kickers, Dan Bailey, Rigoberto Sanchez. And there you have it. We're 2-0. Very cool. You guys want to sim some games now? Maybe pick it up in like week 5? Will you stream tomorrow? I'm hoping to stream tomorrow. And I'll give you guys notification if and when you can expect that. All right, let's sim a pair of games here. Hopefully no major injuries. I don't want to have to not play with Cam Newton going forward, and I'm terrified of that. I didn't prepare for that. We're 3-0. I'm not doing scouting, by the way. Well, I might. I'm just not going to do scouting every week. 3-1. All right. That's not a bad first quarter of the season. On the injury report, we're good to go. We lost 42-10. Who'd we lose to? What's that? Seriously? 5 touchdowns from Case, 4 picks for Cam. Give me a break. At least it gave me a laugh, Madden. Hey, those halfback averages don't seem too bad. How about the longs? Yeah, 9, 8, 6. See, there's no, they're playing to the averages so closely. Just joining. Great to be here. When's the next Kalispell episode? I don't know exactly. Just with the way Madden comes out, things get so hectic during the week that I'm doing a lot of stuff that I normally don't make, like a team reveal or top 5 franchise teams and whatnot. So it delays a lot of stuff. It's a good time for me to gain new subscribers, so that's a big reason too. So I can recruit more of you to watch franchise videos. 3 picks for Casey Hayward Jr. What a beast. Thank you, Green Bay, for letting him leave so I could cheer for him a bit more. Don't have any picks in my gallery, or do I? Oh, they do automatically save some. Cool. Got some gallery shots here. A lot of the logic for gallery shots, too, are pretty good. Like, some of these shots are meh, but I've seen some great ones, too. That's not bad. And they also show up there on the board, the TV behind him. It's all aesthetic, nothing to move the needle at all in any direction, but it's cool to see. Do you accept custom recruit requests for NCAA 14? I think an interesting recruit would be an undersized 88 speed guard who's a great run blocker with horrendous pass block. That's probably a bit faster than I would go with. And we actually recruited somebody last year who fits kind of that mold. He's not super strong, but he's really athletic. I think he has 73 speed. So keep an eye out in the series for, oh man, what's his name? What's his name, everybody? Someone help me out here. Johnny Cabral. Johnny Cabral. That's going to be our lead guard here in a couple years, I'd assume. All right, everybody. I think that is going to do it for today. I appreciate all of you spending some time with me here today on this Tuesday. I'll be doing some more streaming throughout the week. And I hope to get a good amount of progress in here. It's just a great way for me to get some more reps in the game and to spend some time with you showing off the game as well. So thank you all for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Definitely leave a like. Those are very helpful. Likes are just part of the formula that helps the others find the channel and enjoy the series as well. So likes are very much appreciated. Your comments are very much appreciated. You can leave whatever feedback you have, whatever you think about Madden 19, what you think about teams that I should use for series this year. So that is it for me today, everybody. Thank you all for, again, joining me, and I'll see you all next time. Have a great day.